We have to meet. All right. Thank you for being here. I don't know who else is joining us virtually. But we will go through some of the logistics questions and thoughts that we have that we'd like to accomplish. And then there's a group of people coming here at noon that are going to work through measurements and do some logistics planning here. The big need right now is to bring in stage managers, qualified stage managers. I've already brought in one gal who used to run these huge, like 300,000 person pride festivals in Portland. And so very qualified, you know, stage manager, lots of theater experience. We have another gal that's worked in music and done sort of, you know, run of show for music festivals and things like that. I haven't interviewed her fully yet, but she came to the event and she's very interested. And then I have a couple of other leads. One that I haven't followed up with that was recommended by Chip and Mike.
Which one?
The guy that was here the other night at the end of the event. I think that's his name. The guy that was hanging out with you at the very end of the event is like, oh, I want to get involved. So I haven't followed up with him yet.
He does all my giant shows.
Okay, great. So super great. So
he would be a good stage for here.
Yeah,
For this
because there's a
location.
lot happening in this
He
location.
would be the perfect person.
Okay.
He works here a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So maybe we'll bring him on. So this is somebody that's coming recommended by Chip and Mike. Clearly, that's all I need. And then there's a couple of people that have reached out. You know, the thing is, in my mind, and I work in the theater world when I'm talking about stage management, I realize that in music it's different, but in the theater world, what I'm asking from people, and it's posted all over, is please send me a letter of interest and your resume. Those are the two things I'm asking. And I'm getting these like emails that are like somebody texted it and was like, hey, I'm interested, call me. Or, hey, I know how to do this. I've done it for decades. Just look at my Facebook page and check it out. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
You're already following instructions.
yeah, like if you can't follow basic instructions. And then I followed up, I replied and I'm like, great. Do you have a letter of interest and a resume that you can send me with information about your experience? And he goes, yes, just check out my Facebook page. And I'm like, I have no time for babysitting. Sorry. Like, I don't, this is too big. Like, get organized, be a listener. So, you know, I'm dealing with non-listeners with my kids already. So I don't really need that, but,
How many stage managers do you need total?
I think we need 6 for sure. 7 to 8 would be awesome. But 6
And
properties.
what is it paying?
So it's $500 for 2 days, and it's basically about 30 something an hour for 2 8-hour days.
Might have another pace.
Okay. Hi Patricia, thank you for joining in from Guatemala. Whoa. Oh, turn up your volume. I can't hear you. Hola, hola, hola. Thank you for being here. So anyway, once we secure all of the team, then we're going to go ahead and assign them to their various properties, and we're going to start securing some site visits with each of these. Today, the site visit, and it kind of got thrown together a little last minute, but I invited anyone who is activating this space to come here today at noon, just so that they can all be in the same room at the same time, talking to each other, even though they have their independent projects, you know. Then that way they can kind of see how their work is relating to other people. And so anyway, that's the big thing going on. The other thing is funding. Like, we have to keep fundraising, you know, and selling tickets. So we printed tons of these posters, and I think we need to set up an in-person day when we're just out putting posters up in the community, putting rack cards wherever they will allow us to do that. But also, you might need to mute me.
I am muted. Am I?
I'm gonna mute.
That's weird.
muting you. You're muted.
Sure.
But also reaching out to your networks, like who do you have in your world that could help distribute these things in different neighborhoods? Who do you who have, or like business owners that can help us do these things? All right. So that's where I'm getting started. And then I'm going to share right now. Let's see, we're just under a month out, or just over a month out, and we've sold 60 tickets. So that's terrifying to me, right? We have to get to, our goal is 2,000. No, a month and a day, a month and a few days, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So this whole month is just logistics. Like, let's start going through right now. After this walkthrough with the artists, I'm gonna go over to the shoe, I want to call it the shoe factory, but the San Diego Customer Design Studios, and talk through like, where do we plug in? What stage area is available? What's the dimensions? And just start taking notes of all that information. I also got connected to somebody, and I think you know him, Mike, that guy, John, that you said that you've worked with before, who, he's local. He rents out,
John Roy.
John
He
Roy.
was actually asking about that.
Oh,
about the
good.
Gig.
Okay, I'm glad. What did he say? Or
He just wanted to know if he was still in the running, and I said, I'm assuming,
I
because I
mean, I
didn't know.
followed up twice and I haven't heard from him,
Really?
so
Okay.
that's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, let me reach out to, let's set a meeting with him,
Okay, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Do you know
Um,
what you need in each location?
I have a really good idea. Yeah, I sent him.
He's the least expensive and he's in the neighborhood.
That's why I want to use him, because he's in the neighborhood and everything's right here. And when we have to return everything, it's right
You want
here.
me to try and get him here now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's around, bring him over. So I sent him the only one that has like complicated needs is the choir and what, you know, the group that's like a choir and silent film and orchestra, who's doing their soundscape for the silent film. I sent him the writer for that, and that's, you know, complicated enough that he has very specific needs, I guess I'll say. And then the other one would be how to light the fashion show. That's the big, and the dance performance on the Warhouse steps, which is what Patricia's engaging with. Like, how do we light that so it doesn't look like a scary movie, right? Because they need light, they can't be uplit they can't be only uplit, and it's so high up that it's tricky to light that through just traditional light trees. So we have to figure out, it's probably going to be side lighting somehow, like a lot of side lighting. So anyway, just FYI, those are the two things that he was worried about, the tech guy. Like, how do we get up there so that the fashion folks, you know, look good? And anyway, in the next few weeks, all I'm doing is setting up site visits and logistics meetings with all of you. So expect some meeting invites, and the groups. I'm hoping to get everyone in the same room at the same time. Like, we have a walkthrough that Brooksy, I sent you an invite to, with the 2 dance companies and the visual art group, Debbie and Larry Klein, that's engaging with the clubhouse. So that space has a lot of logistical needs. The tech side of it, of the performance, I think is pretty straightforward, and they have a tech person already that's going to manage that. But what I was hoping to create there was sort of almost like you're walking inside of a temple, something that feels very, oh, there's Keith. All right. Okay, I'm dropping him. So something that feels very, you can mute me over there so that you can, muting. So something that feels kind of very sacred, like you're walking into a sacred space. And I think you have to turn me down. or something. And Keith just arrived, so he's here. But I'm thinking that one of the things that we were hoping to do was to install some very tall backdrops, like black backdrops, to create kind of like an environment where the art installation. And it's tricky, you know, because we have to decide now if that's what we're going to do, because the thing has to get made, right? So they need time to procure it, drive up to LA, get the textile, do the work, and then we have to test it out. So there's some of that going on. And I also have to just make sure that the owner is happy with that idea. Not the owner, but the property, the tenants. So that's a little bit of, you know, back and forth that we're going to go through. So Brooksy, I think you said you're attending that day, I believe. Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted. There.
Yeah, sorry. I saw something for 2 different dates.
Yeah.
I put both of them
Monday.
on
You can delete the Wednesday. I deleted the Wednesday, so it's Monday. It's that Monday.
the 14th or whatever.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But we should meet sooner than that with them. That's just the walkthrough when we have like everyone, the performers and the visual artists all in one space at the same time.
Okay. And then is there still on the 2nd at 10 a.m.?
That would be a walkthrough with yes, with Sakuri, the folks that are doing Sakuri, and the San Diego Mesa College art group. Yes. So
Okay, because I'll be there on the 10th for the day.
Okay.
For all of this. And
Susana, when is that one?
Yeah, let me take a look.
on the 2nd.
I hope I can be there. I
What's
hope.
on the 2nd? I have it on the calendar.
Let's see. I have the curatorial committee at 10 o'clock. That's just all the curators talking about all of their projects. That's virtual, but we'll be here at the Soap Factory doing it. And then at 11:30, the Sakuri and Steamroller prints are coming in to figure out their final like install. We're going to determine where the steamroller is going to live on the property for the night, and so that it's out of the way, and make sure they have room for their vendors, and you know, and maybe it has to be in the functional but out of the way somehow at the same time. And that Sakuri, I actually love the way that it's evolved. So instead of so that's the other thing, is that now the Sakuri activity, it could still be back here behind the Soap Factory next to the Mexican coffee house, but the installation cannot happen across the street above people anymore, because that's a fire lane and the fire truck has to get through there. So that can't happen anymore. And that means that she has to figure out a way to create like a cool environment where it's welcoming to have people go and make Sakuri there. So we kind of have to figure out what that looks like. Anyway, today what I'd like to do for the people who are here in person is to really sketch everything out, find placements for everybody, make sure that, you know, people aren't on top of each other, and that we know what our needs are. I'm open for questions right now, Patricia, that you might have for your production. Since I know you're far away and you're working through logistics over there, do you have, I know you're getting your music, is there anything that you need from us? Hold on, she's like,
I'm sorry, I'm having over here a little bit of people. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
I was just asking if you have any questions or logistical needs that we need to take care of while you're gone, for your dancers, for the video art, and not the video art, but for the the video art, projection of the temple image, the sound that you need, the lighting. Is there anything that you need from us from this side while you're out there?
Well, you know, Susana, I haven't realized, I haven't had the big picture about how the sound is going to be. I am having the music this week. I think I will get it there, and probably I can try it with you.
Okay.
One day, or I can go and check on my own. I don't know.
You can help sending it Do you know how he's sending it to you?
How do you need it?
An MP3? Right?
MP3?
Just music. MP3?
Okay, yeah, I will ask him to do it.
Okay.
So I can, yeah, I can try it. And the lights, I think it's based on what you are doing for the fashion show.
Yeah.
Because
So
we
you
can,
don't have anything specific. Whatever we do with the lighting with Fashion Week should be fine. Then
well, it depends only to know which ones are you using to
Yeah.
tell you what are the environments that I will like to switch from those lights that you already
Yeah.
have. Okay?
we'll find out with John soon.
Is this for the?
Okay, okay.
The one on the stairs.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
stairs.
On the stairs, we have a dance performance and then Fashion Week. So those are the two things that happening in the stairs. And that's his big question is like, how do we light from above or maybe from the side?
Yes, that
Because we
piece
can't
of-
uplight it.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
doesn't look,
okay.
the fashion
Sure.
won't look good that way.
And the slides, I will go to a museum this week because I haven't been able. The big one is in, they are fixing it, so it's closed for a couple of months. But I
Mhm.
will go to another one in Antigua,
Mhm.
and I will be one day just checking books. It's a private museum that a friend of mine is going to take me there.
So when if you have the book image, how are you gonna
Mhm.
get a high enough resolution photo?
That's what I want to.
So I think what you really need to do is maybe reach out to the museum directly and just
Okay.
ask them what digital files they have available
Okay.
that you can use, like
Okay.
say we're looking for high resolution digital files of temples,
Okay.
right? That's the ask is high
okay.
resolution digital files of
I
temples.
re-
Alta resolución.
Okay, Susana.
See?
If they didn't have those, do you think that we can project things like stelas or scripts they have in
Yes,
rocks? Because
definitely.
anything that is
Yeah, I
in
mean,
digital,
whatever, exactly. Like,
Okay.
let's see what we have as options. I think
Okay.
this week, as you're figuring this out there,
right? Mhm,
is
mhm.
determine what's available to us. We'll start
Uh-huh.
there and then send. I don't know if you can send us links to those. Maybe we can kind of decide together, something like that.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I will send it. Thank you so much.
Posted. Brooksy, what questions do you have right now for your logistical needs? I'm getting you your team together. What else are you?
And I've got a couple of people I've requested resumes from a junior level, like, more of a runner type, but could
Mhm.
handle an area that maybe isn't as high needs,
Mhm.
to production stage managers that probably going to come at a much higher cost, but I want to try to, see if they'd be willing to jump in to do
Yeah.
something. So I'll have some more information.
Stipend is $500 for 2 8-hour days is what we're asking. Is what we're offering.
Right, so it's $250 a day.
Right. Mhm.
Right, yeah. So so I'm working on that, but I did not see, you sent me the link to some drafts. Sorry, I'm looking at my other computer here. Do you have, and if you shared it and I can't find it, I apologize, but do you have a list of all of the performances, the groups
Yes.
and their timing and exact location? I have it on some maps, but I want to go ahead and start creating an overall stage management schedule that is a global view and then start breaking it down per location. And then we can start adding in to each of those locations as we do these walkthroughs, things, that are going to be logistical things that they'll need to day up be considering.
Okay. Yes, we absolutely have that. And maybe we can kind of move through it really quickly here just to make sure everything's up to date. I forgot what I called it, so I'm searching it. I think it was called ENVZN Calendar. No, program. What did I call it? ENVZN order events. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay, I just have to go the old school route. I know which folder it's in. I just didn't want to go there.
Is it, you shared the logistics drive with me, but I don't see anything in there that matches up.
In there.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Please. Sorry, I'm going the long route. Just a sec. Vision, task list, committees, pedicab, options. Okay, it should be in here. Sorry, 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Trolley stops, committee meetings, locations, township records. Oh, it must be under curatorial then, sorry. Participating artists, site allocations, here it is. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not in your folder. Let me make a copy of it so that you guys
Okay, great.
have a copy here.
And I would have all that drafted out before when we're
Mhm.
there next week on the 2nd.
Okay. Refresh your page. And it should be in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these together for everybody to kind of review, and it's now in your drive, everybody.
Is it called the Envision site? Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna rename it to make sure that's just that. Okay, so we start off the night. Here's the 6 o'clock hour. You guys can see, and we have ancestral memory. She starts off the night. There's plenty of lighting at 6 o'clock, and even at 7 o'clock. You know, so we really don't need a lot of big fancy lighting. We're gonna have plenty of lighting probably all the way through 7, right?
Mhm.
So really the lighting in that area we don't have needs until like 7:30 for these last 2 performances. But we start off, this is the Warhouse stage, which is the stairs. These are the tech needs that we have so far. I've added these sort of curatorial leads, I guess. But really it's just the main contact for Fashion Week, the main contact for this performance, but we don't have like our stage manager tech person yet on whoever this is. So I'm going to add a column here for stage management. Okay.
When we think about natural lighting, we may be creating our own shadows. So before the sun goes down, we may have tall, art barriers, art walls of some sort that are casting shadows.
You mean that we should create?
No, we may be creating those. There's going to be long shadows before the sun goes down. But
Yeah.
some of those shadows may be created by the Envision itself.
So what we need to do is a walkthrough at the hour of the event. And go through from 6 to 10, do a site visit of 6 to 10 and just walk through and see what our lighting is with John.
Yeah, so let's set up time with him to do that.
Yeah, okay, great.
And if we turn on the lights at 7:30, then, we won't have those long shadows, but maybe we want them.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like at 6 o'clock on one of these days. Malu is confirmed. She's been working with Haley Thomas on her soundscape. So it's just a running loop of this very sort of dramatic, theatrical type of soundscape with the sound of burning and, lights or burning sounds, whatever that means. Because
the girl that was here? Tijuana?
No, oh yes, her. Yeah, but I mean, she did that, even though it's electronica, but she's a producer. She creates all types of music. She creates like soundscapes for movies and things like that. So it's not.
She's good.
Yeah, she is good.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's been working with Haley and I know that's going to be beautiful and cool and really intense. And it's a really great way to sort of receive people. And then at 6 o'clock here, we have that art installation. We're in the CrossFit space. So we've got animated film shorts. Now the logistical needs for this, again, there's a lot of light happening here, right? From 6 to 7-ish. And they need some darkness. So I'm thinking about creating something similar to that, like some way to pop up a shade, because it's coming this direction, right? The sun is coming straight this direction, just like it was at our event the other night, right at 6 o'clock.
You mean
There
like
was
the
all this
shade?
light coming this way. So we need something like that that's
And
gonna
that's all
create,
outdoors.
it's outdoors. So we need something that's gonna create like a shade barrier
You'll need
Um,
some, it'll either
all
have
the way
to be a
down.
screen or it'll have to be hanging from the structure. that
Yeah.
ADA.
Right. I feel, yeah, so that's a
Either one of
logistical
those
need
things, yeah.
at the CrossFit stage. And I'm gonna go peek over there too and start taking pictures now in earnest and taking notes about all of this. This is my day today to go do that, and all of you are welcome to hang out and be a part of that.
You
Probably
can
be
buy this
forests
kind of
like that.
stuff pretty cheap on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like fence scrim, you can get 8-foot tall stuff.
Fence scrim,
Fence
8 foot
scrim, you get
tall.
50-foot pieces of it, and then like
Cause
100
stuff like
150
that would
bucks.
catch the wind and might blow over.
Right. Well, that's the
Oh,
same
that's the same
stuff,
stuff.
That's the same stuff.
the
It's
same
just not
stuff.
fence.
Yeah.
First fit, I mean, you know,
but it won't blow over.
I mean, it depends on what you put it on. You know, we have sandbags on that.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely need some shade. So that's a logistical need. And I'll go back and put this on our task list, since it's recorded. So I'm saying it out loud, but 6 to 7-ish, these people need some shade. We need a projector. We're working with Coronado Island Film Festival. Here's our big, this is stressful for me, is that we got a $35,000 grant, which is freaking awesome. And it covers all of these needs that we have, like fencing and all the crap that nobody wants to fund, right? Security, bathrooms, all the things, but we don't know when the money's coming in, and we should have received it already. And so we've been reaching out to the county over and over and over again, like, when is it coming? Can we expect it? So I don't know if we're gonna get it in time, and if we don't, we have to put it on a credit card, which means we need to open a credit card.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Be a credit card.
And I'm talking to Keith, by the way, say hi
Hi.
when I'm looking over. So this is making me nervous, obviously. So these are things that, you know, we might be able to put on a credit card and then just pay it right off. Maybe we can earn some points
Yeah.
or something and find a good card or something
Yeah.
that benefits us in some way. Because that's a lot of
Somebody's gonna have to
money.
personally guarantee that.
Well, you mean,
I
Line
mean,
of
to get the
credit.
credit card, I don't think they'll just give it to the organization.
won't give it to the
without somebody
organization.
else.
well, I'll sign it.
Maybe, I mean, they might, if we moved our account to them, they sure would.
I mean, well, we're with STCCU.
They should give us a credit card. Yeah, we should try to get one from
Yeah.
SGCC, but it may not have $35,000 grant.
Right. I have excellent credit, so I'm sure I could
Yeah.
just open something
Yeah,
up
if
very
one of
specific.
us puts our good name on the line, then
I'm happy to do that
should be
because,
fine.
I mean, the county's good for it, right? I mean, it's not that it's if it's coming, it's just
Nice.
when it's coming.
usually.
Was sign something? And then he said, yeah, we'll give you some money.
Well, no, it's for sure. It's
Okay.
it's
have
happened.
a
We've
piece of
gotten,
paper, yeah.
we have a piece of paper that says for sure it's happening. It's just that Kathy, our grant writer, has been calling over and over, and I guess they had a turnaround of staffing there,
They have a
and that's
9:30 year end, so maybe we'll get it by 9:30. I mean, if not.
I feel like, oh, that's true. That's interesting. They have a September
You
30th.
got it?
we
Can
should.
the nonprofit open a line of credit as opposed to a credit card?
It's just hard to get that kind of credit without having a history of, we don't have a history is the issue. Although we do have a history of borrowing money from you and paying it back.
Yeah.
So we have some history.
Just because of what's happened with the interest rates right now, I mean, I run my business, I got a couple of line of credits versus the credit cards. The line of credits are way less. And, you know, it's flexible spending. So it's just that line.
Well, if
and-
you could get like a 6-month promo rate, no interest
Like
for the
a-
first.
Oh, yeah, for something new, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we won't, it's not, we don't want to use credit regularly.
Yeah.
This could be like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so that's my big thing, is that a lot of that money was to buy projectors for this right here, the video art on 30th Street, and mainly for the festival, for this film festival people, because that's the one that really needs to be a super high powered.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You know,
actually,
That's the one. So we can
like
rent them,
65.
or we can rent them, or we can own them, right? But the grant was for us to procure them, like to own them.
Yeah.
And that's my hope, because we're gonna reuse it again next year. You know, it makes a lot of sense for us to own them and for years to come if we get a really good quality one.
Actually, I meant 10,000.
Yeah, so we need to, that's my big worry right now, is like, I need to decide very soon, probably by the 11th, I need to either buy something or get out of, or like, I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
By the 11th is my hard deadline, because we need time for it to get shipped and we need to test it. So we can't wait till the last minute. All right, so, and then I'm looking for like a film stage manager, someone with film experience, you know, running a film festival or something like that, like a stage manager with tech, with good tech under their film. Oh, that's a good idea. I should reach out.
Film Festival.
Or the film, any of these guys. So
Or,
that's what I mean when I'm saying that I'm meeting with all these folks as a group, as an entity. All the people who are engaging with each of the spaces, I'm trying to get a group meeting with all of these film festivals in one place at the same time, either virtually or in person, to talk about resources. Okay, what resources do you have available? Do you have volunteers? Is there, you know, all that stuff. All right, and then George Sarah, he is the one who's doing the orchestra and choir and all of that. His show will actually run a little bit beyond 10 o'clock, like to 10:20. It just worked out that way. We thought we were going to have another venue right next door here, and the timing isn't right. So we had to place him here, and I was feeling a little bit overprogrammed, but they seem to be fine with it. And
Will there be an earlier one that kids can do? Because that's a really
Yeah.
good one for kids.
no, it has to run consecutively, because it's actually not in two parts. This is the longest one. All of the performances are between 20 and 25 minutes long, and then they repeat. But this is one full show from 9 o'clock all the way to 10:20. It's a full beginning to end.
Is this the one where
No.
we get instruments?
No,
It's-
no, they ended up, no, this is a silent film, The Passion of
wait,
Joan of Arc,
okay, where
and it
he
has a
wrote
6-person
the-
choir and a six-piece
it's
orchestra.
A new score for an old
It's
film.
right, it's a new score, but it runs straight through with no intermission.
Okay.
Okay, so this is SD Custom Design Theater. I'm meeting with them today. You've got Parking Sin Estrellas, which is the puppet performance. So I put those earlier because kids can go, and you know, they might want to kind of come in and out, family friendly kind of thing. It's all indoors, so sound and tech will, you know, sound and lighting will look really great in there. It'll be fine, very simple. So I'm going over there today to check in on where we plug in, all those questions. And they have a little bit of a performative section right here, Choque, which is the same group that did the braiding at our previous event. And they have like clay making and the large art installation and all of that, which will also be lit. So we need a stage manager here for this, who's like a theater person, right? Like a lead for that. And then the clubhouse, the art installation, which is that big mechanical looking robot made of aluminum cans. And he's going to be sort of elevated with that whole space is going to be dark. It's just going to be a dark space. And then that structure is going to be lit. And then some of the artwork around it, which are these pen and ink drawings around them, are going to be lit. And then the area where the big screen printing machine, that gigantic one, it's going to be a darkened area, and we're going to uplight it so it looks almost like a spaceship. And then I'm thinking about specific areas that also could be uplit, like the wall of paints that they have, like multicolored colored paints that could be really cool. Just like pop it up. So the whole space will be a very darkened environment. You walk in, so that means that we have to tape down glow tape all over, you know, to create like walking areas where it's safe for people to walk through. We have to have docents situated at specific areas to make sure that people are staying inside the lines and not exploring any further. I'm saying all these things out loud, so I remember to write them down. And the very first performance is now this one's happening on the interior of the space. It's Malashok Dance Company. It's the ones that performed with the guitar and the single dancer. They're performing right in front of that work of art. And the max capacity in there, I think we're thinking like 30 people or so, right? So it's first come, first serve, limited space, and then it repeats again at 8:30.
Is this the shoe place?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
it's the screen printing shop,
T-shirt,
Oh, okay, yeah,
T-shirt.
yeah,
the
yeah.
t-shirt shop.
And how are you gonna let people in there?
Through the front off of 31st Street,
Okay,
through that entrance.
There's a door there.
side door.
Uh-huh, that little
Yeah.
side door.
Okay.
And again, that's where we need a docent take, counting up to 30 people,
Mhm. At
making
what time do
sure,
they walk in?
they would walk in between 7:30 and 8. Yeah. Okay, and then,
Yeah,
I know,
inspection.
I know. And then at 9 o'clock, so that performance ends, and 9 o'clock, the performance switches over to that same property, but onto the loading docks facing outward into the street on 31st Street. That whole area right there, up until now, will have been dead space. So it could be vendors, it could be whatever we want, but it shouldn't just be dead space. The bathrooms will be there.
Yeah.
But
I don't have the bandwidth to put something there.
no,
per
okay.
se. No, I mean. we'll have our-
But what we could do
we'll have
is,
Beverages and restrooms, and that's the max.
oh, so you do have beverages there?
On 31st, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
The-
well,
Yeah,
at
the
least
only
that.
place, so we got beverages on 30th and 31st,
Uh-huh.
food on 30th.
Okay, what I was thinking is, the
coffee.
the
What's his
shoemaker.
name's in?
Ray.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Gua. I just saw him this morning. He put up our posters up. Mixed grounds. It's mixed grounds. So, the Ray from SD Custom Design Studios, the shoemakers, have a sponsorship by Monster Drink.
Mhm.
And he says that often they'll sponsor like a DJ. Or, or like a setup or something like that. So maybe we can have some kind of version of a DJ there, just a place to hang out.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's like they're in the street, they're waiting for their show to start. Maybe it's too much hassle to bring anything out there for people to sit down probably, but it'd be cool if they had like a place to hang out. Or I guess not, because never mind. I'm taking that back, because during the performance, we don't want to take over that whole spot. We want people standing. Anyway, the dance performance is going back here. From at 9 o'clock and 9:30, we have Disco Riot. And there is a couple of trees between the two loading docks where she's going to hang a white backdrop and reverse project some imagery between the two. So there's going to be a dancer on this loading dock and another one on that one.
Cool.
And that's what's going to happen. That ends there. That ends by 10 o'clock. And then the co-place corridor, we already we have border access right in front of the recycling center. This is a pop-up gypsy theater. It's a room with 4 walls where there will be a projector inside. So we need a place to plug in there. I've reached out this is right in front of the recycling center, that big opening.
Yeah, we're gonna. use that
Entry
as
area?
some power.
Yeah. So he's been, at the beginning, he's been really friendly, but he hasn't gotten back to me. So it's a big maybe. I have a month to work him.
Even
And-
if someone's got a small little portable generator,
Yeah.
Back, Rook, let me take a step back on the chalk walk.
Uh-huh.
Sandy from Art Walk
Yeah.
told me are you gonna do it actually on the street?
Yes.
Okay, she
It
said
has to
that
get washed first.
with a special machine.
Yeah.
Okay, did she send you the stuff on that?
She did, and she mentioned that you might know. Okay. Okay, I'll send you
She
what
said, she was
we-
here the other night and she's like, hey, you should get Dollar to do this. So I'm making sure to. tell
She
you.
did. No,
Yeah.
she did. She sent it to me, and
Okay.
then so let me forward it to you. I have all that
I mean, it's
information.
like somebody you have to hire, like
Right.
if it's a truck or something.
I thought it was through the city.
Not sure.
The city's not the person that
I
we're
mean,
hiring.
I know that you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I budgeted for that.
okay, yeah. I didn't know if-
Okay, so let's find out if it's a person through the city. I thought it was a person through the city.
Okay.
So, and then if you wouldn't mind relaying, if it is, then if you don't mind relaying it to them, and then we'll pay for it.
Okay, send me the info on it. and
Okay.
I'll, find out what the deal is.
Okay, so yes, so that's, Chalk Walk is gonna happen right in front of the so right next door to the entrance of the shoemakers, there's like this little mini corridor in front of like what is the name of that paint place? It's like a painting and sandblasting, industrial painting, industrial sandblasting property, you know, the business that they do there. And so we'll just do a little string of lights to light it. Very simple, plug in right into the shoe shop, super simple. That should be a very easy one. Border access is the one that needs a real plug-in or a real generator, and we're figuring that one out if they get back to me. Okay, this is the big one. This is 30th Street. Oh no, sorry. This 30th Street Lounge is right here on the street on 30th Street. So here we want to create. There's a projector, right? But again, the lighting's not going to make a lot of sense until around 7 o'clock, and we just have to deal with that. It is what it is. We can't make any more darkness in this little street. It just is, you know. But this building should cover up enough of that to create
Yeah.
some shade, right?
And especially at this time of year. I mean, another month, it's gonna get darker sooner,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Okay. I think I saw the sun goes down at 6:30
Oh, on September
on
2nd.
September 2nd.
Oh, I thought it was.
Can somebody check that? It might be later.
7:12.
Oh, 7:12. All right. So
But you know, I mean,
It'll
that's
start
like
going down at
gone.
6:30.
That's like, you know.
gone.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be
By 6:30, it'll be dark enough.
on the horizon.
I mean, here
There'll be
it's
shadows.
fully,
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
decent over there.
so anyway, that's happening here. And we have this whole environment. So we want to create kind of a feeling that's like you're similar to what you do here, right? So just like a cool place to hang out,
Mhm.
bring some of that furniture out here or something, you know, just create like a little loungy kind of space. Mixed grounds, the coffee makers here on Imperial are going to be doing the coffee cart there. I was thinking also about reaching out to the panaderia that's down the street over here off of 31st Street to see if maybe they want to bring some pan dulce, or if we can just buy a bunch of pan dulce and resell it or something like that.
What are those? Is that-
Pan dulce, like the
The sweet
sweet breads that they,
Filipino.
Yeah.
It's- yeah.
too.
Anybody we add to the street, they have to get a permit.
uh-huh,
So you're looking at like, you know, I think it's $200, $234, you
Mhm.
know. So it's expensive.
okay,
So,
well, I'll ask them
yeah,
and,
but we need to know like,
unless you want
they have to,
Quad
they have
to
to
just,
submit it by, I would just have him do it all. He's got all that
Yeah.
stuff, and he's filed for the.
he
permit.
has a lot of those savory pastries. I
Mhm.
haven't seen a lot of the sweet pastries
Yeah.
that he does, but maybe he can,
I don't know. I bought some stuff. sweet
Have
stuff
you?
from him, for sure.
all right, well, yeah, if
I
he
mean, I
can
don't
do it
care.
all,
It's
that would
just
be
But he's
best.
gonna have to file for a permit, you know, and have insurance and the whole thing, you
Yeah.
know, within 2 weeks away from the event, you know, at the latest, where they get, it's another $100 or something like
Mhm.
that. So it becomes unaffordable.
Let's make it easier and just have Quad do all of it.
Plus.
But let's set up our
business-wise, We want to shove
expectations
as much
too.
business to him as possible.
Right, so he can promote us.
Yeah, well,
Um,
that, but also so he could break even.
Mhm,
You know, he's not looking to make money. But he
Right.
does, you know, he just wants to get out there, be a part of it, and at least break even. So, and I think that'll be difficult considering his expense, his overhead, and his permitting fees.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Chip just joined us. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, you're not joining us. Are you
I
joining
am
us?
joining.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So maybe let's make sure that we set up expectations with him. Ideally, if he can have both sweet and savory, be awesome. Okay, and then, next, so we just briefly talked about, the Sakuri's area on the left here. It makes a lot of sense because you already have a mural of Sakuri literally all along this wall. So if we can just set up an area for her to set up and have activity and people be able to, maybe all that is just a bunch of 6-foot tables with linen and her workstations sort of set up there. Very simple. And then here's the soap factory. All right. So, Sandiska is the San Diego Sister
with that
City.
said, just because I'm like thinking ahead about labor. I'm cool with them using our tables, but like, we're gonna have so much going on. I won't necessarily have it in our bandwidth to also set up people's individual stations.
Right.
They can use our tables,
Oh, thank
they
you.
can come get them.
Yeah.
Up, take them back.
No, I wasn't expecting
No,
you to
but,
do
like,
that stuff.
For all
You'll-
these like individual add-ons, we
Yeah.
can't facilitate it.
Yeah. What about the
I'll bring
creating
out
and
some furniture.
can you do that
Yeah,
part?
I'll
Okay,
definitely do the furniture, but
yeah,
we're gonna have a lot on our plate that day,
I know.
you know, so.
Yeah, no, if you could just confirm that you can do the furniture part, we'll focus on creating her space.
I mean,
over here.
we're just a quick recap. We're taking care of the fencing, the restrooms, permitting. Walk through with fire, we'll have police on site out. I told you that.
Mhm,
we have police on site. Security management. And are you hiring a clean team for the streets?
Yes.
Okay. Are
But
you
you
doing a
had a
pre-event as
recommendation,
well?
you had a recommendation. Well, actually, no, stop there. We were hoping to be connected via Sasha to the Urban Core
That's the best way to do it.
to see if we can get them to help
Yeah.
us out. I'd rather not
You
have
have to kind
to.
of follow up often with that.
Okay, I
They're
will.
super busy, but that would be the best and free route.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know if, I mean, and you know what, actually, they would, so they police trash for Chicano Music Fest, so they actually had on-site staff working it. So you could, and I could almost guarantee if you start getting on it right now and really force Sasha to do that, they'll come clean the streets like the day before,
Yeah,
and then they'll also police the streets during,
that'd be amazing.
and it would be free.
Awesome. Okay,
And they have the means to dispose as well. They can bring a truck to dispose of stuff.
wow. Okay, I'll
And the
follow up.
recycling.
I'll follow up for sure and make sure that they
That is,
get.
they've helped us out so much here at Spedal.
Aw, okay, great.
Police, you said, is it gonna be one or two or on
A
duty?
minimum of 2, we might want to consider 4
And on duty that.
on duty,
And then we get charged for 'em.
Yeah,
but it'll be at a nonprofit rate, which is significantly $100 cheaper an hour.
Mhm.
But it's mandatory.
yeah.
It's based on attendance.
It's a lot of things. Yeah, location, attendance, yeah.
Okay.
I can forward you the information on it.
Can we ask for bilingual?
With what?
Can we ask for
Bilingual?
bilingual cops?
They're going to be from the neighborhood. I know
Okay.
that much, and they're gonna be bringing at least 1 police cruiser. I asked for 2. I personally think we should do 4 police officers
Yeah,
with 2 cars and place them at each entrance, but we can discuss that later. I mean,
okay,
It's just one of those things where this first time through, it'd be real smart
Yeah.
to do that.
right,
And
right. Would,
One for public security, but also a statement to the police department saying, we're gonna take care of this. You know, we're
right,
gonna
to
own
make
this. And-
everybody feel.
Cause she was like, the head of police was like, where's this? You know?
Never heard of
She
these
goes,
She
things.
goes like, she goes, no, she very much knew what it is. And I go, yeah, it's on commercial. Like, interesting. And I go, yes.
Interesting. That's the word.
So it was a great call.
Yeah.
I pat myself on the back. She's very confident in me.
Yeah.
Which is a good
I
thing.
love that she said that. Oh,
She
well,
did
knowing
say
that
that.
you're involved, I know it's
She
gonna be a
did say that with
professional.
that, we should deliver.
Right, yeah,
You know, she asked to add a couple of crossing guards, but we need to kind of know about that on
Right.
the in and outs for those things,
I
but
think that's
we're in a good
idea.
position with the city. I just forwarded you the insurance needs.
awesome.
Um,
Oh, yeah, we have insurance now.
Great.
I'm gonna forward it over to you.
yeah, so there's endorsements. It's pretty, you know, just send the thing off.
I think you gave that to us and we already forwarded it before, so we should have all your
Yeah,
needs.
and I will get the
Michelle
security.
signed it a couple days
I will
ago.
get the security and the EMTs to provide the insurance as well, which they already have, and they've got the exact stuff we need, so you're cool.
Okay, fantastic. You're on it. I'm gonna give you a moment also to just go through those things with us, a few
Oh, sorry.
things that you've taken care of. But let's just go finish off. Hi, we're just finishing up our logistics real quick, so hang out. Okay, so this is the soap factory, now programming for soap factory. We've got 6 o'clock, Sandiska. Sandiska is the San Diego Sister Cities Association. They'll have 2 again, a 25-minute program of dance performances and things like that we're gonna go out on the actual stage. They have a pop-up, they need an area where they're gonna pop up like a tent with a VR experience of some
Cool.
kind. So I need to figure out where that's gonna be on this property. And that's why I want to walk with you guys and you tell me what vendor space you need. And so we're supporting you versus being in your way. And then at 7 o'clock, a short film screening of Resistance Creates Beauty, which is a super short film series. Like each film is only like 7 minutes long.
Where are you showing it?
That's what I'm trying to decide. I was thinking that maybe we could just do a drop
do
cloth
all that.
here
I
and
would-
just,
Yeah, that or right on the.
or right on the wall. Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. To create that kind of edginess.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was thinking just somewhere here.
Something's gonna happen on that stage.
Uh-huh.
Dancing. That's like the drumming zone.
Yeah, and then the audience can just switch this way while they break down over there. So that would be very simple here, again, back to back. And then, this is another dance performance, so that, going back to that area over there for the stage as they get
Mhm.
ready.
The film needs sound.
Yes.
All right, so are they bringing it?
Well, this is what I want to lean into John for, is to
Okay.
get him
Then if you do
to.
that, then we should show it here and use the same sound system as.
Yes, okay,
Okay.
great. So this is a dance performance, and then they have an art installation, and it's very simple. It's basically a very thin cloth, like a very thin fabric on a wire, and it kind of just moves like a shower curtain.
Hmm.
Like it just rolls out and rolls back in, right? Very
They wanna
simple.
use
So they
fat
wanna-
Wire between these metal poles,
You do?
like a really fat wire between these, support beams.
Okay.
Um,
Well, it's going across the stage though.
oh, okay, sorry,
So if we
Never
could,
mind.
so we'll find a couple
not sure,
points
but-
there.
yeah,
I think I think we can do that. And
Okay.
it's very light.
okay,
It's
cool.
just very thin. I don't know what the material is. It's a translucent textile of some
Okay.
kind. But it should be very simple, or they just, or even maybe they can tack into a center point there
Got
as a stop point and then roll,
Okay,
but it'll just kind of roll out like a shower curtain.
Cool.
Um,
no painting the stage.
no painting the stage. Yeah, easy peasy. And it's perfect because it's an Arabic kind of theme. So you've got these beautiful rugs behind you, we're in the soap factory, and she was so excited that it's happening at the soap factory because Arabs invented soap. So she was thrilled about that. She's like, you have no idea how meaningful it is to me that it's happening at the soap factory. This is amazing. She was so excited. So anyway, that's that. And then all the rest of this here on this side is just a continuation of the VR experience that's already in a pop-up. It's not a performance or anything like that.
Okay,
And then on this
so-
little
So let
court,
me just do a quick recap on
yeah,
that.
wait,
There's,
okay, go ahead.
there's a dance performance, a musical performance, and then the Arab performance, VR going almost the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Not quite. So this is a dance performance. This is a short film
Right,
performance.
that's, okay.
A dance performance, and then what I'm calling the Lehigh Courtyard is the steamroller printmaking, which is the actual steamroller at 6 o'clock at the
Oh,
start,
that's right.
right? At the very start, you have a steamroller actually moving, like
Yeah.
physically moving through. So we need to find a place, not only where the steamroller could happen, but also where it could live for the night
Yeah, that's fine.
and be out of the way. And then the last thing, hi,
It's Alan with John Roy Sound.
Oh, hey,
oh, awesome.
oh
Thank
shit,
you
I
for
told him
being
to
here.
hold off till next week.
No, let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you're here already, so we're finishing up a meeting. If you don't mind, just hang tight for a
Of course.
quick
Are you
second.
Susanna?
Yeah,
Okay, hi. And
tell me your name again.
Alan.
Alan, Susanna, yeah.
And is there a mic
Yeah,
here?
it's me.
That's you? Okay, awesome.
All right,
All right.
have a seat. We'll be done in 5 minutes, if you don't mind, okay?
Okay.
And then the last thing is, at 9 o'clock is a performance right on that little pop-up,
Mhm.
whatever, what are we
Yeah,
calling
the
this? The
garden.
soapbox? At the soapbox.
Garden
patio.
Garden patio.
Okay, but it says the soapbox on it.
That's the box.
That's the
Okay, the box. Okay. At that little garden patio is the flower pot music. And it doesn't need sound. There's plenty of lighting, ambient lighting. We maybe just want to light the musician, like the lead musician.
Mhm.
And all that is that they've procured hundreds of flower pots.
Yeah.
And each one has a different tone, depending on the opening and the width of the, of the opening. And they just have these little percussion pieces that they hand out to the audience. And he literally like orchestrates them into this piece. And it's just percussion sound. It's
Sweet.
really
I like
cool, beautiful little project. What's really nice about it is that all of those flower pots, people get to take home with them. That's why it's at the end of the night. They get to take them home with them with seeds for fruits and vegetables. So
Badass.
it's a give back also.
Very cool.
All right, so that's the end of the night.
Question.
Yes.
Did we decide when we're cutting off ticket sales? What would we do?
Susanna,
If we're
bye
not,
guys.
sorry,
I have to leave.
love you. Thank you so much. Send me any questions you have or anything, okay?
Okay.
Mike, we
Bye-bye.
have a few minutes if you want to kind of run
Oh,
through anything that you,
Let me do it next time. I mean, yeah, I mean, everything's in order. The permit's underway. Fencing, all the infrastructure has been quoted out and it's under budget. Yay. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, we're good. You know, like, we don't have the permit in our hands, but we will, going through this is super helpful. I'll probably need to go through it a couple more times, but I mean, I'll put together a production schedule on my end and get it out to everybody. The fence will go in, or yeah, there's going to be some towing of cars, I'm sure, and whatnot, but basically everything from the city side is going along smoothly, under typical timeline from the city. And yeah, like I was saying, I don't know, the budget's pretty good, so we're cool. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to report other than things are where they should be from a production standpoint.
cool, thank you. I mean, I know you and I have been communicating,
Yeah.
but they weren't
Yeah.
informed, so.
Cool.
All right, Brooksy, that's all we have for now, and we're gonna do our walkthrough with the artists right now, and I'll follow up with you on the dates that you're in town. Even if it doesn't align with the dates that we're meeting, if you happen to be in town, just let me know, and then you and I can spend some time together, if that works for you.
Yeah, I'll be, I'm working on my calendar for coming up in August. So I've got more flexibility now that I'm not working internally with WDC.
Yeah.
I don't have those dates that are blocked for that.
Mhm.
I'll still be meeting with people around that program here and there, but I'm gonna be scheduling this month.
Okay.
So I can do more during the middle of the week and the end of the week. Also, I want to take time, I made a copy over, but I'm really gonna dive into between now and when I see you Wednesday on establishing the global schedule for performances and stage management direction, as well as the isolated locations. So
Yes.
that's my main focus.
Thank you. So feel free to add or, make edits to anything here for your own needs, and it'll just be our working space for
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm gonna, the global stage management outline will be a new document.
Okay,
So because,
I know
You'll-
you have your own.
yeah, well, no, there's just gonna be different information. So we want to keep it very focused. And
Okay,
so for now, I just copied over one and I'll be drafting it. So it won't be real pretty right now. And then we'll start to formulate it. So
Okay.
that's the thing that we will hand to people on site. All
yeah,
of the information that's relevant, I'll merge into your one working document so that we're all looking at the same thing.
rad. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Have a
all
good
right,
rest of the
bye.
morning. Bye,
Bye.
bye, bye. All right.